And Mary, thank you again for coming all the way as you have. Mr. Chairman, if I were really thinking, I would have brought the jar of fish that Mary Sattler Peltola provided to me in my office today, because that would have given us all the get up and go you would have needed, and reminded us all of the significance of the subsistence fisheries that goes on. I understand that you just had an opener out there in the belt in the YK area, and people were happy to get out on the water. I know that when we're talking about the agreement that we have between the Kuskokwim Intertribal Fish Commission and the Department of Interior, it's probably best described as a cooperative agreement. Can you help educate me here on the differences between a cooperative agreement and a co-management, and really the opportunities to the region if the Commission was involved in a co-management agreement like you have described with this proposed pilot that you mentioned earlier in your opening statement?
Thank you, Senator Murkowski. Through the chair, we have had 2 openings lately, and just for perspective, when I was growing up, subsistence fishing was unrestricted. We could go out anytime we wanted, as long as it wasn't in that buffer right before the commercial openings. We no longer have a commercial fishery for any of the species of salmon on our river, and in past years, the average harvest was about 96,000 Chinook salmon. Last year and this year, we're estimating that the harvest will be around 16,000. And, you know, at the highest amount of harvest was 110,000 Chinook. So we're all the way down to 16,000. So that has created a lot of anxiety and unhappiness. And the Fish Commission has done a very good job, if I can say so, in helping explain the issue of there just being a lack of Chinook statewide, and that our river isn't the only river that is experiencing restrictions, and some rivers are experiencing full closures. And my belief is that we should not be called to join the table and become managers only in times of crisis, when things are this bad. My preference is that we be asked to participate and be managers even in times of abundance, with all of our species of salmon.
Or maybe especially in times of abundance, so you can ensure that abundance continues, that sustainability.
Excuse me for interrupting you.
No,
yes,
no, I interrupted you, but we agree.
That is my hope, is that the Intertribal Fish Commission can be a manager all the time, not just when we're facing this grim reality. Cooperative management, cooperative agreements, those are usually discretionary partnerships, and those are not legally binding. What the Kuskokwim River Intertribal Fish Commission is asking for is really a co-management structure where there are specific legal basis. There is a specific legal basis, such as a treaty or a statute in this case, which would require the delegation of some aspect of federal decision-making authority to tribes, and in this case specifically the 33 tribes that live along the Kuskokwim River.
And so it's that legally binding aspect of this that makes the difference in ensuring that there really is this seat at the table, this level of participation. With regards to the your suggestion that you move OSM out from under Fish and Wildlife so that it can operate independently, making sure that OSM is kind of free from levels of conflict, I think, is important. But are there functions of the Federal Subsistence Board and OSM that could perhaps be compacted or contracted right away?
I'm not 100% sure, but I do believe that there are opportunities to compact and contract with tribes.
Is that something that we're looking to explore?
Yes, absolutely.
And do we need to do more on this end to encourage our agencies, the Federal Subsistence Board and OSM, to work more directly with those of you involved on the ground to pursue something like that?
We have a very good relationship with the Office of Subsistence Management. In my opinion, there is a difference within the culture of OSM and the culture of Fish and Wildlife. In my opinion, there is a very strong desire for the Fish and Wildlife Service to work in concert or collaboratively or with great deference to the state of Alaska, who does not have a rural subsistence priority. OSM's mission, the way I've seen it over the last 2 years, is they are very focused on making sure that we are in compliance with ANILCA, which I have not seen borne out at the refuge level.
All I know is that when I'm out there on the river, when I'm out there in the fish camps, people aren't talking about compliance with some federal laws. They're wondering how they're going to be able to feed their family.
Yes.
And fair allocation of a fishery, not just for the resource that is there today, but going to be there next summer and the summer thereafter and thereafter.
That's exactly right, Senator. I haven't met anybody whose primary interest is jurisdictional boundaries or jurisdictional oversight. Right now on our river, we have a very bifurcated system. On the 12th, when we had a chance to fish, the whole river, state and federal waters, was open. On the 16th, only federal waters was open. On the 18th, it was only state waters. And this is very confusing when you hear an announcement that there's a 24-hour chance to fish. You don't know if that's in state or federal waters. And I believe that the Fish Commission can really address that issue.
The fish don't care whether it's federal or state. Mr. Chairman, thank you so much, and thank you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.